Across history, cursed objects have been at the center of haunting stories and terrifying misfortunes. From ancient relics to modern artifacts, these items are believed to bring tragedy, illness, or even death to those who encounter them. Their stories captivate and haunt us, blurring the line between superstition and sinister reality. In 2004, an article in the Los Angeles Times introduced a strange and eerie object to the world, a haunted box that would later inspire the 2012 movie The Possession. But what exactly is the Dybbuk box, and why has it caused so much trouble for those who have owned it? To understand this, we first need to know what a Dybbuk is. In Jewish folklore, a Dybbuk is a harmful spirit that can attach itself to a living person, either as punishment or to finish some unfinished business. While belief in Dybbuks isn't common today, they are feared because of the strange and frightening things they are said to do. The term Dybbuk was first used in the 16th century. People believed that a person's sins could allow a Dybbuk to possess them. Victims of possession would often act strangely or violently, and sometimes the Dybbuk would speak through them. Before the Dybbuk box became famous, Dybbuks were mostly known as mythological creatures. But in 2001, a man named Kevin Mannis accidentally brought this legend into the modern world. Kevin owned a shop in Portland, Oregon, when he bought a collection of items from an estate sale. One of the items he found was a small, locked wooden cabinet that seemed unremarkable at first. But when he tried to return it to the seller, the woman's granddaughter refused, telling him the box had belonged to her grandmother, a Holocaust survivor. She warned him never to open it, calling it the Dybbuk box. Kevin didn't think much of it at first, but after taking the box back to his shop, strange things started happening. Unexplained smells filled the store, sometimes jasmine, sometimes cat urine, though no cats were present. Kevin's shop had frequent power outages, and he began experiencing nightmares. His family also felt the odd presence, and even they started having strange dreams and sensations. Eventually, Kevin gave the box to his mother as a gift. Shortly afterward, she suffered a stroke. While it could have been a coincidence, Kevin began to connect the strange events to the box when his mother spelled out hate after regaining her speech. No one in Kevin's family could keep the box. Every person who took it home experienced the same strange things: broken lights, bad smells, and haunting dreams. Realizing he couldn't escape it, Kevin decided to sell the box on eBay in 2003. The box was sold to a college student named Yosef Nitschke, who quickly faced the same problems: health issues, bad smells, and disturbing dreams. In 2004, Yosef sold the box to Jason Haxton, a man who didn't believe in the paranormal, but was curious about the box's strange history. Soon after, Jason developed mysterious health problems, including hives, welts, and coughing up blood. Doctors couldn't find a cause, and Jason wondered if the box was truly responsible. Looking for answers, Jason consulted both experts and rabbis. They all suggested the same thing: he should bury the box in a gold-lined container. Jason followed their advice, burying it in a shockproof case, and the strange effect stopped. But the Dybbuk box's story didn't end there. In 2011, Hollywood made a movie inspired by the box, called The Possession. While a replica of the box was used on set, even the crew had strange experiences, like lights bursting and a fire that destroyed the warehouse where the box was kept after filming. In 2017, the box was moved to the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, owned by paranormal investigator Zach Bagans. Visitors report feeling ill or dizzy when they come near the box, and some have even said they've been scratched or felt an evil presence. Is the Dybbuk box truly cursed, or is it just a mix of fear and coincidence? People still debate this, but one thing is clear: the box has had a dark effect on everyone who has come into contact with it. Would you be brave enough to see it for yourself? Before we leave the tale of the Dybbuk box, consider this: it isn't the only object said to defy logic and sow chaos. Around the same time that Kevin Mannis was grappling with his haunted box, across the Atlantic, another series of peculiar and terrifying events was unfolding. This time not with a mysterious artifact, but with paintings so innocent in appearance that no one would have suspected the darkness they carried. Could it be that objects like the Dybbuk box aren't unique, and that the world is littered with seemingly harmless items hiding sinister secrets? Brace yourself for the next chilling story, one of haunting beauty and fiery destruction: the Crying Boy paintings. In the years following World War II, a little-known Italian artist named Giovanni Brolin began creating a series of haunting paintings that would eventually spark a mysterious legend. Known for his emotionally charged works, Brolin painted portraits of children with tear-streaked faces and eyes filled with an otherworldly sadness. These paintings would come to be known as the Crying Boy series. At first, people were drawn to the innocence of the children depicted, but over time, something far more sinister would overshadow their beauty. Giovanni Brolin, born in Italy in 1911, was an academically trained artist. Early in his career, he struggled to find success and turned to painting for tourists in Venice. In the 1950s, he began creating these sorrowful, tearful portraits of children to sell, under the name Crying Boy. The paintings became quite popular, and people began to buy them for their homes. They were seen as an emotional reflection of childhood, vulnerable, innocent, and full of sadness. But as Brolin's work spread, strange things started happening. People who owned these paintings began to experience unexplainable events, particularly involving fires. Houses were burning to the ground in devastating blazes, yet the Crying Boy portraits remained untouched. In the midst of the destruction, the paintings were often found still hanging on the wall or lying in piles of ash, completely unharmed. This bizarre occurrence caused many to start wondering if the paintings might be cursed. Firefighters, who were regularly at the scenes of these fires, began to notice a disturbing pattern. It wasn't just one or two houses, but many that were affected. Again and again, the same thing happened. Everything was destroyed, except for the Crying Boy paintings. One firefighter, skeptical of the stories about curses, decided to take one of the paintings as a souvenir. He thought it might be valuable and considered selling it at an auction. But soon after, his own home caught fire, and tragically, he lost everything: his family, his pets, everything he held dear. This was the turning point. The firefighter, once dismissive of the curse, now saw the connection. People began to wonder, could these paintings really be cursed? Or was it just a coincidence? Rumours began to spread that the Crying Boy portraits weren't just ordinary paintings, but something darker, something more sinister. Some believed that Brolin had unknowingly painted the souls of children trapped in the portraits, their sorrow and tears holding some kind of dark power. Others whispered that Brolin may have made a deal with supernatural forces to give his work a special eerie energy, a way to make his paintings more than just art. And then, there were those who believed that Brolin himself, through his own suffering, had poured his pain and sorrow into the paintings. Some even suggested that his own tragedies and losses were the source of the strange power these portraits seemed to hold. Though Brolin never explained the mysteries surrounding his work, he did share that he saw his paintings as a way to express the suffering of children who were neglected or unloved. He believed his art was a reflection of the emotional pain that many children experienced in the world. But as the years went on, the paintings became something far more unsettling. Those who owned them seemed to suffer from bad luck, tragedy, or worse, devastating fires. Brolin passed away in 1981, never fully understanding the strange fate of his paintings. He continued to insist that they were meant to represent the sadness and vulnerability of children, but the eerie connection between the Crying Boy paintings and unexplained disasters left many wondering if there was something darker at work. Could the paintings truly be cursed? Or was there another force at play? Something beyond the understanding of anyone involved? Even today, the Crying Boy paintings are surrounded by an air of mystery. Some people still own them, while others stay far away, fearing the curse that might come with them. The legend of the paintings lives on, sparking both fascination and fear in equal measure. What is it about these sad, tear-streaked portraits that seem to carry so much weight? Could it really be that art has the power to capture something beyond emotion? Something that we can't fully comprehend? As you look at the faces of these children, their eyes filled with sorrow, you might wonder, Are they just reflections of sadness, or do they hold something darker, something that no one can fully understand? The mystery of the Crying Boy paintings remains unsolved, leaving us to question how much power art really has, and whether the beauty we see might hide something far more dangerous. The tales of the Dybbuk box and the Crying Boy paintings highlight humanity's enduring fear and fascination with cursed objects. These stories suggest that certain items might carry dark energies or misfortunes, leaving destruction in their wake. Whether truly cursed or fueled by collective belief, they remind us of the mysterious and unsettling power some objects can hold over our lives.